Okay, don't caca in the background.
Did she caca?
She caca in the background. And I hit record right after she cacawed, so it picked me up saying "Don't caca in the background," and then you asking if she cacawed in the background. This just might be the intro. This just might be the intro for the video. It fits the energy.
It fits the energy.
All right, Soul. Give us our would-be intro without cacawing.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Soren. I'm the coach and owner of Eclipse Syndicate. Joining me today, I have our mid-jungle duo, Kessie and Ender. If you guys want to say hi.
No.
That's crazy. We wanted to do this video because we had just recently played the Clash on the 22nd of March, and we just wanted to go over and recap it a little bit. I think that we did good. We went 0-2, technically 1-2 because teams dropped out immediately for losing. So we never, so they went to the bottom of the bracket immediately, and we never had to play a game 3. So we went 0 and I counted as us going 0-2. Everybody else has 1-2.
We didn't come in last. That's the most important part.
We came 7th. What do you mean?
but 8th is last. We didn't come in last.
How did you guys feel like Clash went? Because I'm happy with how we played and what we did.
I was very happy with game 2. Game 1 was just a train wreck because
yeah, game 1 was so bad.
Game 1 was hilarious, and it all started with Fiora mid.
Well, okay. Well, the context, right, is they first pick Ashe, so we respond with Misfortune Seraphine, and then they get, what is it, Brand Yasuo, and we're like,
yeah.
And we knew the Yasuo was going mid. We knew it.
We knew Yasuo was going mid, and we were super excited that we finally get to play the Fiora mid pick, and I feel like we just rushed into it.
We did, but honestly, just like you and I were talking about, if I had run Ignite instead of TP, I would have won mid. But because I had TP, I didn't win.
Yeah. And then we've got. Did we give last pick to Coop? I think we did, right? Because we picked Amumu afterwards.
Yeah, we went. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we did go MF. MF Seraphine. No, we went MF Seraphine Amumu.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Amumu?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Coop was last.
Yeah, I know Coop was last. I didn't realize that we picked Fiora 4.
Yeah, as soon as they locked in Yasuo.
You know what? We did, because I asked you how you felt about the Seraphine Yasuo matchup.
Yeah, that's right, because you asked me about that, and then I was like, nah. I said I would rather run Fiora into it than Yasuo, or rather than Seraphine. And you were like, okay, then let's try it. Let's see what happens. And it was that freaking Shyvana coming mid right as I was about to get the kill. That like reverse snowballed it on me.
Yeah. That was a rough game. How did you guys? So going into Clash, what did you guys like? Were you guys nervous or anything? Because I feel like we were.
I wasn't.
I was too excited.
I wasn't nervous.
Oh yeah, I was excited as fuck.
Yeah, I was excited. I wasn't nervous. I was just like, this is gonna be interesting. But I knew that Ryachi would be nervous. So it was kind of like
100%.
It was just like, all right, well, let's see how this goes.
I feel like if I wasn't as excited as I was, and I figured out that like she was going to be a little bit nervous, I would have given her like a more defensive laner, maybe like Xayah, or even like instead of banning Jhin, I would have left it open so that if they picked Ashe or Jhin, we would take the other.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because they went Ashe Brand, and they just did so much damage early on. Insane. and it
Yeah.
allowed the brand to start roaming a lot. Yeah, it was an interesting team, and then afterwards we also talked about like, do we even have an answer into Shyvana, and it was hard CC, but I'm the hard CC, and we
You
didn't
went-
have that.
yeah. Well, we had Ender on a
We had a
Mumu.
Mumu, yeah, we had a Mumu, but it's like I also
I
said, I'm
couldn't
not.
live for shit though.
Well, but it's also like I said afterwards, is that I'm not used to like following up at melee range. So I was
Yeah.
creating too much space that I could not close gaps on fast enough. And like that's on me. Just because I'm so used to playing range.
Well, that brings up a funny question. Like, did you feel any pressure coming into the clash?
Not really. I think it was just like it was so open of all right, let's just see what happens here. Because I
Yeah.
didn't even know what to expect. I didn't realize that it was literally just like customs where it was, you know, band 3 and then picks and stuff like that. I thought it was ran more like a flex than anything.
I feel like the scrim games that we have really prepared us for like what the draft phase was going to be like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because if we had never ran the scrims, I would have no idea what we were doing.
Yeah, I don't think that I don't think it affected our gameplay as much. I think we were just nervous more than anything, or like too eager.
I think
I know
too
bot lane-
eager. I would say
Well-
too eager. Definitely too eager. Like when Coop does the best and we can't even compete with Coop in this game, you know it's real bad for the rest of us.
Yeah, I think,
a little
I think
a
Coop,
little shade on Coop. A little shade on Coop.
I think Coop ends the game 1-5, but he still did the best on the team.
Well, and it
That's
was
so-
like the brand. Whenever the all of them started going top just to like suffocate him out because we were all suffocated out already. It was like, all right, yeah, they just know that if the Mord keeps going, then it could start to snowball, like reverse snowball. But I don't even. Did I ever get boots this game? I don't think I
Yeah,
got
you did.
boots. Did I? Did I buy boots and then we
You did.
lost?
Yeah, I think so.
I bought boots as they were destroying our Nexus.
Because it was like what 15, 20
Yeah, it was
minutes.
like a
you
15-minute
had
game.
boots.
No. It wasn't 15. I got boots at like 20 minutes. I finished
Yeah.
first item and got boots at like 20 minutes, and then they destroyed the Nexus, and I was like, all right, well, these
were just
boots were
missing
not
so
made
many
for
too.
walking.
You were just missing so many minions.
I was missing so many minions, but then it was also like I kept doing my W wrong. Like I would be by myself in lane, meaning to hit Tiamat, and I would just W, and I'm like I would just it was messing me up. Like it just felt like I wasn't placing my fingers where they needed to be. It was
Yeah.
just so weird. It was such a weird game. And so because of that, I could never catch back up on gold because I just felt like I wasn't doing anything.
How would you compare it to like our scrims or even like our flex games? Because usually we're not punished for any of the mistakes we're making, and suddenly like we can't do anything in these two clash games.
Well, I think they were definitely harder, but I think the first game was kind of we kind of got our train wrecked. But the second
Yeah.
game was definitely easier, even though they were still punishing our mistakes. And I feel like it's a better experience because they're gonna punish it.
Well,
And it's not that like high of a skill difference.
I
Mhm.
really think that the Ignite on Fiora would have made the difference to where like mid lane wouldn't have been as bad, which would have kept the Yasuo from snowballing, which would have kept us in the game a little longer.
Yeah.
But then there would like in game 2, if I were to compare it to like the second scrim that we had, where we were losing early and then we came back, I really
Yeah.
think that if Ender and I hadn't have died in that position, it wasn't even like the fact that we died. It was the position of the enemy and of our team, the rest of our team, that's the reason that death led to us losing there. Because it wasn't even just like we died, and because we died, they won after that. It was the game state at the point of us dying. Or if one of us had gotten away instead of us both dying there, I think that we still could have turned it around like we did in the scrims. We
Right.
were identifying the problem. We had identified the problem. We were working our way back in, and then that happened, and I was like, well, crap.
Yeah, I think there was a moment in game one where she's like, "Hey, who are we targeting?" And you're like, "I don't even fucking
know.
know." dude."
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know anymore. Just whoever you might be able to take on.
Yeah,
Shoot the closest person.
the closest person.
It was
And
it was so funny.
it's funny because like I've always said that we're probably low to mid silver. In game one of Clash, they were like high silver to low gold players. And we like it didn't even feel like they were outpacing us mechanically. It was like or like in lane necessarily, but it was like the rotations and the small plays that like they started to run away with.
Oh yeah. And then it just got to a point where we just couldn't take him anymore.
Yeah.
And it would
Um,
take 3 of us to kill one of them, and we might lose one of us in the process.
Yeah. So coming around to that Fiora pick, I mean, okay, so for me personally, like when I'm looking at these two games, I failed draft because I'm looking at our game one team comp, and the Fiora mid is like a burn on it's like the black mark on a nearly perfect record basically.
I was gonna say, I feel like if we run something like Fiora, we have to like make sure that it doesn't just counter the Yasuo, it fits. So you and I have talked about how you draft, and you never draft for lane, you always draft for team fights. And I
Yeah.
think in that one instance we drafted for lane.
I think so.
And
I
it
think we
just
did.
like screwed us up because we drafted for lane. And you and I, we both know that you're not against giving me a losing lane, knowing that I will stay even. And at least once we get to team fights, once we get out of lane phase, it doesn't matter anymore. And I'm
Well, I
still
feel
in
like-
it because
I
of
feel
the
like that's
changes
what I
I
did
play.
game two because TF has really good wave clear and really good wave manipulation, and he can just roam wherever he wants. So like you weren't going to have a lot of presence in lane in game two of Clash. But here I think I just like I was when you mentioned Fiora mid and we saw it was Yasuo, like I think I just got too like I just jumped the gun.
We got too excited. We were just like, absolutely. Because the
But, like,
last
other
time we
than-
tried to run it, I had to play against a Veigar mid. Because we thought the Yasuo was going mid, so I first picked Fiora against their first pick Yasuo, and then the Yasuo went top.
So, barring the Fiora mid, would there be anything else you would change about the draft for game one?
I think that if I would have played somebody like Seraphine or Nico or Morgana, I think Morgana would have been the correct pick there. Because I can just chip down with the W, right? And then just literally play a safe lane and not have to worry about anything like that until we get into team fights, and then we can rotate better. And then at that point, we just play Ender on somebody that can match the pure damage of Shyvana. Give him a better pick into the Shyvana.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, but Nico was actually banned in game one.
Yeah, Nico was, but I would have probably done Morgana.
Yeah, I think
And
we were
I can just
talking.
use W.
Originally, I was thinking Morgana, until I saw the Yasuo, and I think that that sort of messed up our because I think you mentioned like my drafting style.
Oh no, we
Our
talked about
draft.
Ori. We talked about Oriana.
We did
That's
talk
what
about
it was.
Oriana.
So it would have been Oriana pick. It would have been the Oriana into the Yasuo, and then giving Ender something that can do a little bit more damage and hold against the Shyvana.
I feel like that would have fit our style of play a lot more than the Fiora mid.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We were like kids in a candy store. We saw the Yasuo on the shelf, and we had to.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I bet you though they were probably sitting there. They're like, man, they got balls to run Fiora mid. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah, that Yasuo player was probably so confused for like 2 minutes, and then you died, and then he's like, "Oh, we're good."
Yeah, yeah, it's probably like this might be really bad. This is either gonna be really bad, or this dude just like first picked Fiora.
I mean, technically you did.
That's the first time I've ran Fiora. That's so. You and I spent like a week running Fiora to make it like to where I could get her. I don't play her for 3 months. Pick her into a Veigar. Win because I was one-shotting the Veigar and I could 1v2 the Veigar Silas into an actual Yasuo and I just died. I won the matchup I wasn't supposed to and I lost the matchup I was supposed to win.
That's really funny.
That's
Because
just
like
how it works.
because I feel like Ender couldn't get in on any of the lanes because Coop was constantly pushed in. Bot lane didn't have enough damage to follow up. And you were just constantly either backing or dying.
Yeah, I
was.
couldn't fight anything.
It was
Anything
yeah.
I went into, I was just dying.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rougher game for sure. But it was we just got to a point where we were just all laughing because we had to.
I don't even know like what we could change even.
With that exact team, it would have been Ignite.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Ignite makes a huge difference there instead of TP.
Yeah, because he would have gotten that 1 kill at least.
I would have gotten that kill on the Yasuo that then led to him going so I almost killed the Yasuo. Shyvana comes in, they kill me, the Yasuo can recall and the Shyvana can keep the wave. Can hold the wave for the Yasuo.
Yeah.
So if Yasuo dies there, I might also die. But at least he's not recalling and getting back to then get further ahead of me. So I'm pretty sure that if I had Ignite, though, I would have killed him and gotten out before the Shyvana could jump on me. In which case, I'm recalling and then getting back to lane.
Is Ignite literally the only thing we changed that makes or breaks the game?
I think that
Probably.
it's literally Ignite.
For at least that setup, yeah.
On that one, yeah. And then maybe it would be with that exact team. I literally think that's it. Because then the Yasuo can't snowball and the Yasuo can't start roaming because the Yasuo went bot.
Yeah. I think Yasuo went bot, and then that's around the time when Brand started going top too.
Yeah. They just rotated off because they won mid so hard.
Yeah.
It was literally that first kill. If I had Ignite, then at least we would have either gone 1-for-1 or in best case, I kill them and then get out before Shyvana's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then if that happens, then I'm back to lane and I can push in and probably get a plate. But then mid is stabilized again, right? Whereas before, like the Yasuo had to kill me 3 times, or I had to die 3 times before he started to snowball.
Right.
Whereas I feel like 1 kill with Fiora and I can start to snowball the Yasuo. The Yasuo need 3 kill to snowball me. I can probably snowball in 1.
Speaking of snowballs, Coop was doing really good at the start of that game before Brand started coming up.
Yep.
He got an early kill on the Malphite. He started a proxy, which he usually never does. Usually we're not letting him proxy ever.
Did he go in too far and turn it into a proxy, or did he make the active decision to
I
go
think
to
he went in
proxy?
too far and then just started a proxy.
I
Because I'm
think
pretty
that's
sure he
what
tower
happened.
dove and went past it.
No, so what happened was he got the Malphite was just standing still. So he got the kill on the Malphite because I think he was just I think he just
AFK,
DC'd.
I think he
Yeah.
DC'd, yeah.
I think he DCs. And then the wave comes up and Coop was like, "Oh, I could just take this wave real quick." And then the next wave came and he's like, "Oh, I'm just going to take this wave too." And then the cannon wave came and Malphite TP's top. So Malphite is like defending his turret, and suddenly Coop is 3 waves into a proxy. and he fucking Shyvana comes by and fucking he dies. And he's like, "Yeah, I shouldn't have stayed that long."
I mean, how long is too long on a proxy?
A cannon wave. You
Cannon
leave
wave?
you leave at cannon wave.
Before, like, you take cannon wave and leave, or you leave when cannon wave is spawning?
You leave when cannon wave reaches the inner turret, I believe.
Okay. So that way you can
Um,
get back to lane, but the wave that's at the turret is still dying.
if you have the time to take cannon wave, then yes, do it. Like, because I know Singed has enough damage to do it. I don't think Mordekaiser does. Especially with like, I think he only had what was it? I think he only had like a ruby crystal or like a amp tome.
Oh yeah, by
So I
then.
don't. Yeah, he had anything for damage that would help him clear the wave faster. Like what he could have done was clear the 6 minions, let the cannon walk through up to the turret. But we had not seen Shyvana for like a minute and a half. So she was going to be topside no matter what. So he literally just needed to fucking take the 6 minions and then walk into turret and just execute. But he stays too long because he tries to take the cannon too, and Shyvana shows up. And she just fucking I think he ults her. I don't remember. But he
Yeah.
does that.
No, that was on the TP. Whenever
Oh,
we were
that
like
was-
Coop need to TP out, and then he just ults the
Yeah.
Shyvana to die.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, one day you're gonna be watching, you're gonna be muted, and you're gonna be watching the mini map or watching my stream. You're gonna be like, what the hell is Kessie doing? And I'm gonna go top and proxy for him. So that way he can push in a wave.
No.
I'm
The
gonna kill
only
an enemy
people-
and then go proxy top lane.
The only people I can see that being reasonable on is maybe Rise because of the ulti, or Quinn because of the move speed.
I'll do it with Quinn. I'll do it.
God.
I'm gonna
You're
go
gonna
proxy
proxy?
bot lane so that way he can push it.
Coop's gonna hit the turret and he's gonna be like, "Where the fuck are my minions?"
And as soon as he says it out loud, because he thinks out loud, Ender's gonna start laughing because he's gonna see me proxying.
So, undeniably, Coop is probably the MVP of Game 1.
Absolutely. I say he
Yeah.
has a good argument for that.
Because everybody else just sort of fell apart.
Absolutely.
Another thing is that, like, Cat was lagging the entire time.
Yeah, she kept
Yeah.
disconnecting a few times.
Yeah, so I don't want to put any blame on her.
No. But I
That was
so
well
I
done.
think that's what we change in that game is Fiora Ignite and her internet not giving out.
Her internet not giving
Because
out.
like I feel like that also put a lot of pressure. That gave the enemy a lot of pressure and time. And then the Yasuo is also starting to roam. And then the brain's like, oh wait, the enemy's like the support's not here for some reason. Let me leave and see if she's roaming when she
Yeah.
had just DC'd. So I think it was just like a perfect storm of ridiculousness that kind of allowed
So-
for them to play the way that they did.
Because, like, my biggest concern is that, like, she gets disheartened because she's lagging so... Because she said, like, she's 2 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Where, like, she'll send out an ability, and then it won't fire until 2 seconds after or something.
Hmm.
I think it's because
And
she
then-
was trying to record and sharing her screen, which we just can't have her do.
Yeah. But no, I don't think she was sharing her screen.
Yes,
I think
she
I
was.
told
Yes,
her...
she was.
Oh, was she?
All 5 of us were sharing our screen on Discord.
No, I only had 4. It was only 4.
I
Yeah,
had
she was.
5. I showed her doing it. Because I looked over and checked whenever she started to lag. So
Oh,
she
huh.
might have been sharing and it wasn't going through.
I was only seeing Coop, Riachi, and then you two.
I saw.
I didn't
saw
have
hers.
her. I didn't know she was also sharing. I would have told her to stop.
Well,
'Cause
no,
game 2
because
was-
remember, she said that like whenever she's sharing her screen, it's hard for her to get back over there because she's only got one monitor. So like she couldn't tab out and change it all in the middle of the game.
Well, she couldn't close OBS because she was in game.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I don't think she was sharing, but she did have OBS running. And she couldn't get to OBS because she was in game.
I could have sworn that I saw her recording or her sharing her screen.
Maybe she was watching a stream,
Maybe she was watching one. Maybe that's what it was.
in which case she should probably stop.
Yeah. especially if it's like Ryachi's when she's in lane with her.
Right.
But no, I think that's the only things that we would have changed is if you're Ignite and not having her stream and record.
Yeah.
So, what about our communication? Because I feel we get into game, and the first thing we hear at a minute 47 is Yasuo's half health.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Like,
I don't
what
think it's
else? I mean,
I-
other than that, what else is there to communicate?
I don't think it's a bad thing. I just wanted to hear like maybe you saying, "Hey, I'm pathing down this game,"
Okay.
or Cassie giving more updates of like, I just traded with Yasuo. He's like 75%, or even Coop like trading and then going, I don't think this Malphite is really good, because the Malphite wasn't good. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think the Malphite was very good. Or like Ryachi and Kat going like, we're taking a lot of pressure on bot lane, you know.
She might have said it and we heard it 3 seconds later though.
That's crazy. It's 2 minutes later.
2 minutes later. It was. I do think that like we could have said some earlier communication, because I'm trying to remember like in the second game, we talked about it faster.
Yeah.
We brought up communications faster than that, and it might have not even just been communication. It might have just been like saying whatever, but. I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't want to say nervousness because I didn't feel nervous, but maybe it was just like, all right, I don't know what to expect. Let's just go into this. I just gotta lock in.
I think we just got too locked in. You know what I mean?
We got so locked in, we got locked out.
Right. Because I think you wanted to focus on watching for the Yasuo tornadoes, and Ender was keeping track of all 3 lanes, making sure everyone's okay. And then the side lanes were just duking it out, fucking level 1. Like I think everybody was just too locked into what they were doing on their own to realize like, oh, nobody said anything for a whole minute.
Nobody told me to breathe.
Nobody told me to breathe. Honestly, I should have unmuted for that.
You should have just unmuted because he breathed.
I did unmute the one time you did ask though.
Yeah. Where I was asking for the clarification on the W on her. And then you unmuted game 2.
I did because
yeah,
the set interaction with the Melio cleanse.
Yep. See, that's what we were talking about as soon as we started. So that was our communication right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like because all of you guys sort of know what the enemy team did, you guys didn't really like talk much. But like, I think if we had tried to figure out what the plan was from the jump.
Yeah. I think that would have been good too.
Because I feel like we do that a lot. Where like we're trying to figure out like what the threat. We're trying to figure out what the threat is on the enemy team. Like, and I noticed we do that a lot in scrims, where in game 1 we said like Ender was like, even though I'm Vi, I can't fight Viego from the jump. Like I need help.
Yeah,
and then you were like,
at a certain point.
If we see Viego, let me see. Like either ask me or Coop, and we'll come over to help.
Yeah.
And then game 2, we were like, oh, okay, so Michael's the weak link. We can just deal with him.
We can bully the. You don't bully a Cho'Gath that often, but we were bullying a Cho'Gath.
That as it sounds, we were like, he's not the weak link.
It was the Echo. We were like, once we identified the Echo, it was fine.
Yeah. So I don't want to be like, did our communication fall apart, right? Because that sounds bad. But I feel like there were holes that we normally don't have.
I feel like we got a lot of talking out though, because like in the draft phase and before, we talked a lot in like the 5 minutes leading up to draft and then draft. So I feel like when we got in the game, we were like, okay, maybe we've talked about everything that we would normally be talking about right now.
That's true, because we usually don't have like a scouting period.
Correct. We don't have
Correct.
a 5-minute
Yeah.
scouting period that
normally
we were
just
just looking at.
Hop in and it takes a minute for us to get into a game. Like
Yeah.
normal.
So I think that's what it was, because I think we just did most of our talking that we would be doing in Spawn during the draft phase.
hmm Well, that brings up another question of like, did we overcompensate? Like in terms of like communication specifically, like I feel like we did a lot before the game, and it affected the start of the game. You know what I
It
mean?
might have.
They could have. I could see that.
I could see that. I could see it just being a different environment, right? Like, because it's a 5-minute period of scouting and then going in. I feel like at the 1-minute mark of scouting, I was sitting there like clicking through stuff. Like, okay, I'm ready. Let's draft now. We know what we're doing. We don't need the other 4 minutes. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. So maybe I was getting antsy. I wouldn't say nervous. I'd say antsy.
Okay. Do you think we made any mistakes that like we're probably going to do over again? Other than not taking Ignite.
Yeah, I'm gonna say fewer to teleport.
Yeah.
I think that the thing that we, or the mistake that we would do again, is you and I both know that we're gonna share the one brain cell and we're gonna see the Yasuo, and our first instinct is gonna be Fiora.
Yeah.
As soon as we see it, we're gonna be like, because that almost happened. We played draft. Was it last night? No, it was the night before last. That we played some draft, and somebody locked in Yasuo, and it was Yasuo ADC. But I immediately went to Fiora upon seeing the Yasuo,
Yeah.
and I was about to do it, and I was like, no, okay, let me run. Was it? I think I played Orianna. I think that was the Orianna
Yeah.
Aurelia game.
I think so.
But like, I wanted to pick it so bad. But I think it's also just because like, if I haven't played her in 2 months, going to pick her back up again is hard because it's just so different. But that's
Mhm.
why we talked about, okay, what are some other options that we can run Fiora into, just so that way she's not a once every 3 month thing.
Yeah, I feel like whenever we see Yasuo on the enemy team, Ender's got to be like, don't pick Fiora.
He's just gonna have to say it. He's gonna ban Fiora.
He's gonna
ban
ban her.
He's gonna ban Fiora from us.
He's gonna call Riot and be like, yo, I need you to disable Fiora right now.
Oh, you want us to buff her? No, that means that they're gonna pick her more. Disable. Disable her. Take her away from them.
Break a kneecap. Louder note.
Break her kneecap. Give her a toothpick instead of her sword.
Speaking of fucking Fiora, though, you had a bad habit of hitting the same vital area over and over again.
I know. And it was just like, there was one, it was the very first one where I hit the first vital and then got 2 right after that, and I was trying to get to the 4th one. But it was just like, after that, I was like, I don't know. I think I tunnel visioned in, and I was like, hit him. Just hit him. Doesn't matter where,
Well,
just hit him.
Even the first one, you autoed the same area like twice when you could have like
I could have
around.
walked,
'Cause you
yeah.
get-
I think I waited for
you
the
get-
dash, didn't I?
yeah, because you get
Yep.
move speed in the circle.
Yeah. It was that I literally, I auto to hit the first one, auto, dashed through, hit the bottom one, and then walked over and hit the other one.
Yeah,
And I was just like waiting for the dash instead of just walking.
and then after that, he dashes through minions, and then Shyvana comes in.
Yeah, and then Shyvana comes in.
And then I think that's when Ender comes into mid, Suns are under turret, and then that's when we had the discussion last night of like, you probably could have ultied her, and she would have run out of her ulti.
Yeah, right when that turret hit the minion, I should have ulted.
Whose
was
perspective
super
was
hard to
it
see.
that had the minion in the right spot?
It was Ender's, I believe.
Yeah, okay.
No, Was it yours?
No, because I kept moving my camera, and you kept yelling.
You're right,
You kept
you-
moving my camera.
Yeah, you kept moving your camera. And it was Ender. Yeah, Ender's. I don't know what it was. I think it was just because yours was down more.
Yeah.
Like you weren't looking at Ender. You were still around where your corpse was, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't able to see like the actual terrain line.
It was a weird interaction.
Yeah. But
Led to a snowball.
I don't know if there's any other like heinous mistakes that like are gonna be super deadly if we make them again.
No, and then I mean we all kept in good spirits, which was good.
Yeah. Yeah. There was that one time where you actually thought you were tilting.
Which one was that? Was I?
Yeah, where was that?
Because you were just like, I don't even have boots yet.
That's right. It was like 18 minutes.
She's like, it's okay. And you're like, no, I'm just laughing at this.
I'm just
point."
laughing at how bad I'm being.
So stupid, man.
Because
It was like
immediately-
after that. It was like after that too. I would be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go side push and like try to get some minions, and they would have cleared like our team would have cleared all the minions, and I'm like, cool. I either need to get there, like I'm gonna go bot and try to catch this wave, and then by the time I get there, the Yasuo is pushing the turret and crash it, and I'm like, cool, there goes like 10 minions from me, awesome.
Yeah.
And it was just like I could not catch a break anywhere.
No, but it's so funny because Ryachi is like, who are we targeting? And you're like, I don't know. And she goes, pick someone.
I don't fucking know.
And then you go bot lane. You go bot lane to catch the wave that's crashing, and you're like, bro, I don't even have boots. And she goes, it's okay.
It was so stupid.
So funny.
It was definitely not a tilt. It was definitely a moment of awe and inspiration.
What an odd inspiration.
I hope that team that destroyed us at least won the whole thing. Makes me feel better. I know they went to the I went to the final one. I don't know if they completely won it, but
I have no idea. That's a good. We should look at that later.
Yeah,
we
we
should
should
actually
actually
look
look
at Because we're still able to look at the bracket, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Did you ever feel at any point anyone started to overcompensate? Or like
No.
try to be
I mean, even Kat, she didn't try to babysit or anything like that. What she's
Yeah.
very prone to. But no, I don't think so. I think that all of us just realized we were in a bad situation. There was no there was no overcompensating whenever I couldn't even compensate.
you overcompensated getting your boots at 20 minutes.
Look, I'm just glad I finally got him, okay?
Just finally got it. Did you even get lunch, or did you only get boots of speed?
No, I got steel plate.
Okay.
No, I did in fact get the correct boots. The Yasuo was an item and a half up on me. I was never winning a fight. And my only chance to potentially get it, I think Ender got the shutdown, and I was like, dang it, there goes my boots. My boots became a component for Ender.
So, after game one, what sort of, like, what was your thought process? Like, what surprised you about, like, either how we played or even, like, how Clash is formatted or something?
I don't know. I feel like I was just sitting there like, all right, hopefully the next game we don't do that again.
Hopefully it's not a Yasuo mid.
Oh, I would have gotten I would have gotten Orianna. I would have first picked Orianna. I think the funny thing is like even that, because I think that like in the next game they had a Yasuo player, but I wasn't like, all right, we have to ban Yasuo. If they would have picked Yasuo and Soul, you had been like, hey, how do you feel about Fiore here? I would have been like, let me add him, let me try it again. I would have instantly changed the TP to Ignite, but I would have instantly been like, yeah, if you think it'll work, then I'll try it again. I'll pick it.
But we did Yasuo at some point though. We banned him at 4.
We banned the Yasuo at 4?
We banned the Yasuo at 4. Because our first 3 was Zed, Zilean, and Veigar.
Right, but we first picked Nico, didn't we?
Yeah, we first picked Nico.
And that's whenever I was like, I would rather not go into Yasuo with a Nico.
Because they first picked Set.
Yeah.
So we took Nico Ashe. Because I told Ryachi, like, Nico, if you aren't comfortable enough to fight an Ashe, are you fine at least playing it? Because I don't want to waste a ban on Ashe if we have Veigar, Zilean, Zed we need to take care of.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, that's fine. So then we first picked Nico because they left it open. And in my head, I was like, I need to give Kessie something fun. because like if I'm gonna take Ashe Emilio, I need Kessie to be like on his A game right now.
Which would have been Nico, Morgana, or Seraphine.
Yeah. And surprisingly, they didn't ban any mid laners.
No, I think that the person because the person playing mid was their Emerald. So
Yeah.
I think that he was just like, I mean, I'm comfortable. This person that I'm going up against in mid is bronze at best. That's at least what I'm showing, right? So
Yeah.
like this person's bronze, so they're what, 3 ranks higher?
At least.
At least. And they're like, yeah, I'll just run TF. Because they picked TF pretty early.
No, TF was their last pick.
Was it? Okay. Maybe they didn't know if Nico was going mid or not.
They had to, right? Because they picked.
Oh, after we locked in Milia, right?
Yeah, we take Nico Ashe, then they go what Aphelios Morgana, and we were Leo. Because I asked how she felt with Seraphine, and she was like, I'm not really feeling it. So I was like, okay, I'll just give you Milia.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they had to know that the Nico was in fact going mid. I don't know. Maybe they were just like, maybe they just thought they could take it, and I feel like the Nico did way more than they thought they were was gonna happen. I swear, I missed some of those ults by pixels. And it wasn't even like, it was funny too, is like the pixels that I missed, there was one on TF that it was a 1v1, but after that, the pixels that I missed, I would get like 2 of them. I would get like TF and Aphelios, and Morgana missed by a pixel.
Yeah.
And like there was only one that I completely whiffed on that TF. But outside of that, I think I got at least 1 or 2 of them and trying to get the 3rd.
Yeah. Because like my expectations coming into the draft is like I'm going to make a team that fits us more than what I did last game.
Yeah.
And I think my biggest mistake for this one is putting Ender on Sylas. Because I think I talked to you about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I just couldn't deal as much damage as I would have been able to do with like Echo. I would have liked Echo.
Because you even mentioned Echo, and how do you feel about Sylas? And you're like, Sylas could work. And I feel like I kind of forced you into that pick.
Yeah, and which is fine. I should have probably forced it more into Echo's viewpoint because I know I can deal more single target damage that with Echo than I can Sylas.
Yeah.
I know that. And I can kill that TF or I can kill that Aphelios.
I really like the Sylas Seraphine, but I also really like Echo Seraphine too. I like that combo.
Well, have we played Nico Echo?
No, we've played. I think we've only ever played Seraphine Echo.
Okay.
Maybe a Morgana Echo. Oh, I think we have played
Yeah.
a Morgana Echo because I specifically remember black shielding Echo out of a route so that way he could ulti and get killed.
Oh,
I like
probably.
specifically
Yeah.
remember keeping the Echo from being CC'd to get a good ulti off with Black Shield. And I
Or
don't think I've
even-
played with another Echo jungle other than Ender.
Even Black Shielding Echo when he goes in for a Dragon Steel.
Yeah.
I think you guys have done that a few
Oh
times.
yeah. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
we have.
So I think my mistake was just not picking. I don't want to say like it was a mistake not to pick Echo. I don't think Silas. I think Silas was a good pick here. I think I didn't fully connect our lanes with the Silas jungle.
Yeah, I think more range. I think the Seraphine would have been better for that just because there's more range on that E than Nico's E.
Mm-hmm.
And it just slow because like if I could have hit even a single cast Seraphine E on the TF, then Silas easily would have been able to connect chains.
Yeah.
Because that was like the biggest thing is that that TF was dodging everything.
Did we talk about Seraphine at all in the draft? I don't think we did.
No, we didn't because we first picked Nico. You talked about Seraphine with Kat. You didn't talk about Seraphine with me.
Yeah.
But you gave
Yeah.
me the chance to play Nico, so of course I'm gonna say yeah. I'm never gonna say no to Nico.
You're like, Soul never lets me play Nico.
Yes, I'll never let me say
Hang on a minute, I gotta capitalize on this.
I gotta take this. Yes. I was already once we first picked Nico, I was already picking my skin. Like I was thinking about what skin I wanted. I was way past that point.
Noted. Don't give him Nico ever again.
Honestly.
Hey, come on now. Nico's the best decision.
I do feel like it fit our team a little bit more though.
Oh yeah. It definitely did. I think that so we did talk about though how like when he plays Sejuani, when Ender plays Sejuani, I'll turn into Sejuani a lot as Nico and apply
Yeah.
pressure that way, and I didn't do it as Silas. That's because Silas is a lot squishier than Sejuani. And
You were
it's
doing that
simply
as Cho'Gath.
I was doing it with Cho'Gath, but Cho'Gath's the tanky one. And I don't think I realized until you said that I gravitate towards transforming into the tank.
Interesting.
And I think it's because if they go on me, like they're deterred from going onto the tank if it's like if the team's behind, right? If they don't know where the actual tank is,
Mhm.
because it's like, okay, well, we can just start damaging them, but it's not going to do a ton. Like, we need to get to their carries. We need to get to the back line. So it's just like, it's safer for me as a squishy little Nico to appear as the tank. So that way they don't just start going on me. They're trying to almost get past me. And it's a
Unless you're
distraction
set.
more than anything.
Unless it's set and you're running into the fucking Cho'Gath clone that disappears and somehow you're still running towards us like
I know, right? That was the freaking set. That just saw the Cho'Gath pop out of the bush and started recalling. And it was like, never mind, that's the real Cho'Gath. I don't know. I think the set was just like, yep, I'm going for it. I don't know what that set was doing on that instance.
Did you guys make any like adjustments, either like how you played or like what the comms were during the game?
I mean, I think we talked more in general because at that point we weren't like. I think game one it just got to a point where we were like, yeah, we're just on borrowed time at this point. I think in
Yeah.
game two we stayed in it to a certain
game two was-
degree that we were just like, okay, we have to keep comms up.
I think at some point it was like 31 to 30.
Yeah, we got
Uh,
really
yeah.
close to coming back.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
close coming back.
I think it was like even like under 2k gold that
Oh,
that
yeah.
you guys managed to
And then Ender and
for
I
the
did
gold
it.
draft. Yeah.
And the game
Yeah.
state, it was literally like it was the game state. if the game wasn't in that state, then I think we would have been fine. And it was just another perfect storm for them to just, they capitalized on it really well, given how the game was. But I think if we would have died in bot, it wouldn't have been the same. If we had died in top, it wouldn't have been the same. It was because when we died there, it allowed them to push so far into mid, break mid open.
Yeah, because it was already gone, right? They were just pushing for the inhib.
No, T1 was gone. Tier 2 wasn't gone yet. They took Tier 2, they took Tier 3, and then I think they started to go for inhib. All from killing 2 of us.
Right.
And it was, and there was 3 of them there. And I think Ender and I were there because we thought 2 were there. We only saw 2 on the map, I think what it was. And I think we could take the 2v2. But then I think a 3rd one appeared. And we were like, crap.
Yeah, and then that's when TF showed top lane, right?
Yeah.
Because that's when you told Kat and Ryachi, like, you guys need to leave, like, right now.
Yeah. Here, let me see if I can
Um,
find it real quick.
So would you guys say that, like, we adapted to the enemy, or do you think we just try to play better in general?
I think we just tried to play. I think we not only tried to play better in general, I think that we played something we were just overall more comfortable with.
Well,
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I feel like game 1, everybody else was on champions they're generally pretty comfortable on. I think except for you,
Yeah.
Kessie.
So okay, yeah. So it was Set and Teemo here, and they were at turret. Tier 2 is about half health. So I ulti the Set. Ender goes in. We follow up with the root. The Set gets the hit. Doesn't do a ton of damage to us. The Set ultis. Even still, like, we're still not doing bad. And we just couldn't kill him. And then the Teemo was in the back blinding us the whole time too.
Yeah.
And then it just turned into, it was that death right there. They were so pushed up to turret. And TF was going towards top. And Coop was dead. So yeah, they got tier 2 off of that. Aphelios and Morgana were bot, so I think they get tier 2 turret here. The Set and Teemo, I think, take tier 3? Or do they go down to Drake? Set goes for tier 3, Teemo goes for tier 3. So yeah, they get 2 kills, a tower, another tower, another tower, and they start pushing into inhib, and then they go get Drake. So from getting 2 kills, they got those 5 things plus 2 kills.
Well, I don't think they get Drake, because I think this is the one where Coop lets Ryachi die to the Teemo, because he's so focused on ulting the dragon, right?
Does he? No, I think that was way later.
So,
That was closer to when we lost the game.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No, they get Drake.
Okay.
Yeah, because they transition down into Drake. We go in for a fight, and we kill 4 of them. But I think that's because they get the Drake,
Yeah.
and they got so much gold off of that play. And then we couldn't, so yeah, they get Drake. I go in for the ulti. I kill the Morgana and the Teemo. With Storm Surge. Aphelios kills me. We kill, the Aphelios is now dead because of Cho'Gath. And then TF goes down. The Set's still there. I'm trying to, I don't think we ace him, do we?
No.
The Set kills Coop and then kills Ryachi. Or no, Ryachi gets away. And Kat was working her way down. But yeah, we got an open inhib. And so if we had just gotten those kills and gotten out without the Set, I think if we had gotten 3 kills and gotten out, we would have been fine. But we've got supers in base now. So we couldn't capitalize on them being dead. So it was just like that me and Ender dying in mid transitioned into a much bigger problem. And it's crazy because the game keeps going for like another 30 minutes.
when we first started playing, like our problem was connecting from going to lane phase to fighting for an objective and all like syncing up for like a like a dragon fight. And then we get to where we are now, where like we're constantly connecting, and I feel like this game was just like we couldn't connect as much, or like we were there, but like our fights were so sloppy.
I really think here, so we were using my ulti as the engage tool a lot of the time instead of the follow-up tool. So if I ultied and then Coop didn't knock him up afterwards, or Cat didn't hit him with the soccer ball, like we weren't able to follow up on CC as well as we could have. Whereas I feel like if we had Echo, we might have been able to follow up a little bit better for it.
Yeah, 'cause there was that like that one, we keep talking about it, that one set kill where we just layer the CC on him perfectly.
Yeah, but that was I don't think I didn't instigate that. I rooted him first. I believe I got the root, but I don't think I ever used the ulti.
I don't think you did. No.
And we didn't use I didn't use the ulti. Ryachi used her ulti, and got him too. Like that also did good, but it was just like that's the follow up, right? Is that because Ryachi's only CC outside of the slow is the ulti. Sylas has a little bit of a CC. I feel like if Ender, whose ulti were you stealing
Throughout this game?
Yeah, throughout the game. I don't know if you like targeted.
Honestly, anyone that I could.
Okay.
TF, I stole TF a decent amount and Aphelios when I got near him, but
I feel like Morgana would have been the best one.
I did steal Morgana a few times. The issue is that I can't survive long enough for Morganas.
That's true. You get the movement speed and you kind of have to like dodge a ton through her ulti.
Well, the issue was TF.
Zanya's. Oh yeah.
The issue would have been TF. Because they would just run away, but TF could gold card me and run away.
Yeah. So it would have had to have been slowing on the TF from Ashe or something like that. I think it was just I think it was really weird trying to layer the CC in this one with there not being a ton. Right? I feel like Seraphine CC is I'm trying to think of another team that we've ran that's had really good CC layering.
I mean, Nico Sejuani.
Nico Sejuani, Xin Zhao on the third hit up, on the knockup, into like Seraphine E's. Those are usually really good.
But a lot of that is like single target.
It's a lot of single target, yeah. It's and that might have been like we couldn't pick them off because they grouped up pretty decently too. And it was just like wherever the set was. Like I think I said this last night, we could either take the set or we could take the other 4. But if the set was there and the other 4, it was really hard for us to take them.
So that first time we were able to like actually stand up and fight them, and the gold is like practically even, right? If we pause the game there, right, what would we have done differently?
I would not have engaged on that set in mid. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. I would not have engaged with ulti. I would have held my ulti until the last moment, I think. I think I would have held my ulti.
During that fight, Ryachi sends her arrow over and she hits Teemo too.
She hits Teemo too. I think if she had hit the set, we could have killed the set. But I don't know if the Teemo purposefully blocked it or not. But I also think that when she hit the Teemo, I might have turned instinctively to try to take the Teemo out instead of using that as now it's a 1v2.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I also would have... I don't think I would have done any different items or anything like that.
So do you think it was like mechanical error, macro, or like communication?
I don't think it was either of them. I think it was literally just like, I think
Because like
I
to me,
think
like
it
I
was
feel like
the-
they're
I think it was the fact that if it was, I don't think we played what is it called? Like a 3-2 or a 4-1 or a 1-3-1. Right? I think we should have done, I almost think we should have just grouped up and stayed 5v5 or moved as a team. And instead of sending like Ryachi and Cat up top to push, we should have just said, okay, recall here. Don't push too far up because we know where the set is and he is the problem. And
Yeah,
I think if
I
we had
wanted
just always gone on the set and allowed for AoE to catch everybody else, because like that Nico ult where I went into Drake Pit, I take the Teemo and the Morgana and one-shot them. And I wasn't even aiming to do that.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about like that specific, well, not that specifically, but like we were constantly sending our bot lane top when we needed them to group with us,
Yeah.
and that was like a little bit weird to me. And I think I even mentioned it in our talk afterwards, where
You did.
like we sent Ashe to answer the set when Ashe can't 1v1 him. Like it needs to be like Coop where he can stall, or like Ryachi and either Ender or Kessie where it's not like a great stall, but it'll buy us some time for us to regroup.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
it's
we
more
just
time
send-
than
We can't just send Ashe alone. And even when we sent Ashe and Melio, like the rest of the team just sort of destroyed us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would have been better to group up a little bit more and not, I feel like we got to a point to where the gold was almost even and then we spread ourselves thin. And it
All
was
of us
just
are
like
so-
if we hadn't have done that.
All of us are so willing to help each other that when somebody goes, "We need to answer top," 7 of us answer, "Yeah, I'll go."
Soul unmutes,
And
yeah, I'll be there.
and then we just send like a random person top.
Yeah.
And like, because when we send Ryachi top to answer set, we're fighting for dragon control, right?
Don't remember exactly when.
possibly.
Because I remember set coming down first, and
I
she
I
she's,
feel
like,
like it was
coming
just because she has a really fast wave clear.
I think so.
So I think that when we said answer top, I'm not thinking answer set, I'm thinking clear the wave.
Yeah.
And because there are times too where like I think it was in game 2. I think I went top to answer it, and Ryachi was like, "I'm coming," and I'm like, "No, don't. I'm not trying to fight the set. I'm trying to clear the wave.
Yeah.
I'm literally clearing wave and running away. That's what I'm doing. Don't come up here." And I think that when we're like, we need somebody to answer top, that's my first thought is just clear the wave. And if you can get the kill, cool, but clear the wave. Don't let them get a turret. Or at least make it harder for them to get the turret, right?
So should we start making a distinction where when we say like answer a certain lane, we're talking about wave clear, but when we
think
say like
that-
answer a champion, we mean like get like a kill?
I think that we start saying answer top wave, answer bottom wave, or answer the champ themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the clarification.
Yeah.
Because
Because-
like none of us could 1v1 the set. Maybe not. I don't even think Coop could at some point 1v1 the
No,
set.
he could stall because he just had a lot of health.
Yeah, he could stall, but he couldn't 1v1 him.
Because I heard answer set, and that's where I'm thinking of, or I think I specifically say answer set, and like you shouldn't send your ADC up there.
Yeah. And I think I think that we just need to change verbiage and be
Yeah.
more specific. Kind of like how really specific the word behind is. Like,
Jesus Christ. Please describe what you mean by behind.
no,
Yeah,
that's not
describe
in
it.
this. That's not in this.
No, describe it.
You brought it up. You brought it up.
You brought it up.
So behind is the opposite of in front or the direction you're going. So if you're putting pressure in a lane, when somebody says this person is behind you, it is opposite the direction you are pressuring. Or anything that's not in front.
Well, as fine as that definition is,
And the definition of front is anything that's not behind.
if you're walking towards the inner turret, and there is on red side, if you're walking towards the mid inner turret around where Wolf Camp is, and a Malphite shows up at blue buff, that Malphite is not behind you.
Technically, they could be.
Jesus Christ. They are behind
on
your
how
character.
It depends on how you look at the word behind.
Oh my god.
Look, you guys know what I mean when I say it most of the time.
Most of the time.
So to sort of like wrap up this conversation, was there a moment where we looked like the team we wanted to be? Because I feel like this draft fits us almost perfectly.
I'm trying to think. Because there were times where, like, yeah, the TF roamed with ulti, and they were hidden, so, like, I couldn't stop them with a root. But we played cross map, or we played opposite, and punished, like, if the TF didn't get a kill, we punished it hard.
Mm-hmm.
With bot lane getting out, and then me pushing in mid, as much as I was doing. And then I was able to start roaming as well.
Yeah.
I did not ever roam top, and I feel like maybe I could have. But I don't know if that would have been the right decision because Cho'Gath is just meant to stall the set. So I don't know that it ever would have been correct. I did roam bot. I think that was correct. I don't know. I think that I think considering they were emerald and gold, we didn't do too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Is a complete skill gap.
We were able to hold our own. I think it fit our playstyle a lot more.
I think we held base longer than I
Just
expected us to.
Yeah, we definitely held base longer than we fucking should have. They didn't know how to fucking end the game.
End it, no. I think if we would have gotten, there was one team fight in base. I really think that if Coop had stayed with Riachi, that one fight around Drake, instead of letting her die, well, because it was just Teemo alive, right? And Teemo went down to Drake. Coop and Riachi went down, and Coop went the opposite direction. And I think when the Teemo saw Coop and realized that, like, wait, the Ashe is by themselves, I can just kill the Ashe.
Yeah.
I think that if he had stayed with her and they had focused the Teemo and then gotten a Drake, they could have recalled and reset and pushed the base back out and started to re-neutralize a little bit more. And we would have been in a much better spot after that.
I think
With the Ashes wave clear and everything.
I think Coop needs to learn what a wraparound is. Because he wrapped around the Teemo when he wasn't supposed to. And then he didn't wrap around the Ashe when he was supposed to.
Yeah.
The freaking flash ulti. Just couldn't move.
The flash ulti, and then he just misses every ability. And then the fucking Ashe ultis him, and it's just, God, dude, it's so bad.
It was funny. In hindsight, it was not
was
funny in the
stupid.
moment. It was
Yeah,
funny
in
in
hindsight.
hindsight.
It was stupid as fuck.
In hindsight, it was great.
Because I was like, when he ultied the Ashe, I was like, cool, Ashe is dead. And it ends, and
Nope.
I'm like, wait, what? How? How?
And then we watch it over, and we're like,
Oh. That's how. Coop did Coop things. Coop pulled a Coop.
Dude, fucking. And then there was that whole, in game 2, that whole mix-up where Ender thought Coop had ulti, and then Coop thought Ender was going to smite. So then they both walk away from Dragon.
And
And then Morgana,
Ryachi
and Ryachi almost loses the fucking Dragon to the Morgana W.
I wonder if that Morgana was like, what the hell are they doing?
God,
Why are
dude.
they both walking away?
To be a fly on the wall during that, man.
I literally, too, at some point, I was like, okay, I'm going back to answer mid. So I left. But I left way before that happened. And I was like, we got this. It's all good.
Yeah.
And the funny part was, I didn't even realize how close it was until we watched it back. I was just like, okay, cool, we got it. I don't know why Ryachi last hit, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. We got it.
You were like, oh, either Coop or Ender missed the smite.
Like, they smited too early or something, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Ender smited, it had 5 HP, and one of the autos killed it. Cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Great.
Not,
Or like,
both
Teemo's
of-
dead, so they don't have smite, so we can just take it. Like, we can smite early.
but no, it's just, there was just
It
a
was so
massive
stupid.
miscommunication. Because in Ender's audio, Coop goes, oh, this is a night, right? And then me and Ender were like, what did he say?
But then in his
and then
audio,
we-
it's like super clear.
Yeah, night, right? And then Ender goes, yeah, don't miss it.
It was just,
It was so
It was
bad.
stupid as fuck.
it's not the last time it's gonna happen either.
Oh yeah,
I-
it's gonna happen again.
I honestly believe it.
I'm gonna be turned into Cho'Gath as Nico, and we're gonna be sitting there, and Ender's gonna think it's Coop, and it's gonna be like, "You got ulti, right?" I'm gonna be like, "I do, yeah. Why?" And then he's gonna start walking away.
I swear to God, if you Nico ulti like the dragon or the Baron,
I'm gonna do
Does
the
that even-
Hexgate ulti one day, and it's gonna be phenomenal.
does that even do damage to monsters?
It does. It does, in fact. You can use it. So there's actually, if you run Nico, especially as mid, and you build Malignants first, you can basically just do what Lux does and ulti waves to clear them.
That's why.
I mean, it's literally at max level ulti with Malignants. Nico's ult is back up in like 40 seconds.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if the enemy's dead, right, or it's like there's 40 seconds to Drake, or a minute to Drake, just ulti the wave and push it in, and then recall, and by the time you're at Drake, your ulti's back up again. You can do it. I have done it. I've actually, it wasn't with you guys. There was I think it was a game with randos that I played Nico, and enemy was pushing in, trying to get the 2 turrets. I was the only one alive. I flash ulti the wave and root 3 of them, or stun 3 of them, and then followed up with the E. But because I clear all the wave, the turrets just lock onto them, and I think I end up getting a triple or quadra kill because of it.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, Nico's ulti clears waves really, really fast. Really good. And I did build
I didn't-
Malignants that game too. I started Malignants that game.
I didn't know that it does damage to to like Baron and
Mhm.
Dragons and stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, it
You do the
makes
Flash
sense.
Hexgate over Drake pits and Baron pits, and
Yeah.
and get steals that way too.
Yeah, I know that one. I'm waiting for the one day that Ender is like, no, I'm not gonna go for a steal. And then he goes through the Hex Gate and smites it as he's passing through.
I need to get that Zac tech down. That's what I really need to get.
Oh,
down.
the one where you're flying across the back of the pit.
Yeah, it's just most people pull it out, so like that's something I have to go on like practice tool just to, you know.
Well, it's easier to do it on Baron just because Baron can't
It's so
move.
much
Yeah,
bigger.
Baron, yeah,
And
'cause
it's so
Baron
much
can't
bigger.
move.
Yeah. It's hard to miss that one.
Try and
Yeah.
do it on a grub.
Smiting a grub is crazy.
I wonder what would happen if you did that and just smited a grubling instead. Just be one of the tiny ones.
I'd be pissed.
Can you
Like,
even
start
smite
dying
them?
laughing.
I guess you
should be able
can,
to.
right?
You should be able
'Cause
to.
they're monsters, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like as long as you can smite the tiny chickens and stuff, you can. I feel like that'd be hilarious.
That'd be so dumb. Ender would be so upset.
I'd be
I would
pissed,
be
bro.
laughing. That would be a YouTube short.
Yeah. Oh my
That would be
god.
so funny. You know what we
I'd
haven't
be
what we
incredibly
haven't done in
pissed.
a while is we haven't done a Nico Grubling 2v1 on enemy. I think the last time we did something like that it was the Nefiri Nico,
Oh yeah.
where I turned into one of the dogs, and it was an enemy Darius, wasn't it? The enemy jungler was a Darius. And I think we got
Yeah.
him 4 times with it, and after that he started trying to attack the Nefiri dogs on sight because he thought one of them was Nico always.
Yeah. We don't play Neferi much anymore.
We don't do assassin jungles a ton.
It's because
I'm learning them.
yeah. I don't think it's like that we can't. Well, before we couldn't because we just couldn't find like the slot for it. Because Coop almost refused to play tanks. But now that he's like gotten better and playing tanks and like everybody's skill has gotten up, I think we're more open to assassins than we were before.
And what
Yeah.
I would still just do CC bot.
And I was just really bad with fucking assassins.
Probably yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with Nico Nefiri. I'm fine with Seraphine Nefiri. I'm also fine with, like, I mean, Orianna. Literally slot Orianna in any of them. And that's just really
Wait.
good.
On the League wiki, it says Smite cannot be used on small monsters.
Really?
Really? I swear I've smited raptors before.
I don't know.
I could be
on
wrong.
On the Void Grub camp, under notes, it says without slows, Void Grub has a movement of 350. Without slows, Void Might has a movement of 419. Upon spawning, Void Grub stun all units standing on top of their spawn location. And then Smite cannot be used on small monsters.
I'm testing this right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
So
don't
wait,
think you can.
so wait. Does that mean that if Nico's a Void Might, that she can't be smited?
I think.
Technically.
Cassie's like, tell me whenever you're taking grubs. I'm stealing one.
I'm gonna copy one and turn into it and just hold on to it and just run straight at the enemy. Because the jungler
Is
can't
the-
smite me.
Is the Void Might the grub that spawns when we have the 3?
And yeah, we're attacking turrets. Yeah.
Yeah, is it the small one or is it like the actual
No, it's a
Void
small
Grub?
one.
It's a Void Might is the small one. Grubs. What is it?
Yeah,
the big
Void
ones?
Mites
the
are
bigger
what we
ones.
call grublings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the ones that spawn when we have the 3 stacks, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
On turrets.
Dude, that's so fun. Are you able to copy the Void Mites that we can spawn?
They
I
might
can
die
copy them
too
in the
fast.
pit. I can copy them in the pit. I can't copy them
No
outside the
way!
pit.
Yeah,
And
that's
it-
right. That's wild. No,
You can't. Yeah, there you go.
no, that's wild.
Now
Interesting.
we got to figure out if Nico as a void
Hey,
grub can get smited.
do another custom game. I'm
Well,
about to
you
join
can
it.
do that with raptors. You can go copy raptors. We don't need a.
But
that's
in Tiny
right, yeah.
Raptors, so you can't smite Tiny Raptors.
You can't smite tiny raptors. No.
Hang on. I want to see if the game code's gonna read it as Nico still or as
A monster.
Raptor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, stupid. League requires a restart. That's stupid. Nico's coding is so funny. You and I, you know that they've struggled with Nico's coding so much.
Oh yeah.
And when you have a character that literally copies other things. Yeah, give me a Vanguard error. Let me see.
Wild.
I'm ready for the new client.
We're gonna get the new Riot client before we get GTA 6.
Probably so. Oh, it's not a freaking Vanguard error. Okay. I won't be able to test it right now.
Damn. That's rough.
It's okay. We'll test it. We'll test it later on. I'll have to restart my computer. Was there anything else with the I almost called them flex games, with the Clash games?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you guys had any last second comments or questions or anything.
I don't think so. I think they were gonna try the ARAM one, right?
Yeah, we're gonna try
I
the
think
ARAM
so,
one.
yeah.
We'll see how that
Alright.
goes.
Kessa,
I
you wanna
swear.
sign us off here?
I swear, if Coop gets Nico and ARAM and he doesn't give her to me, I'm gonna drive to his house and throw him out the window. Because we all know that Coop would do that.
He would. He would.
He would.
I'm.
He did that
Hey,
to
I-
Rachi like the first week we knew her.
We have to get Coop to promise that if we're in Clash ARAM and I get Kindred, he's not gonna do what he normally does. We cannot have him purposefully throw Clash ARAM just because I get Kindred.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I think I can throw it.
I think I can throw it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Coop promises, Ender doesn't.
I feel like Ender would want to win bad enough that he would be okay with not throwing it for a single game, not taking away my Kindred marks. Coop wouldn't care. Coop would be like, no, Jesse,
Kill's right here.
not my Draven. Well, that's how our first Clash experience went. Let us know down in the comments if you've ever played Clash and what your thoughts are on it. Hopefully, we'll be able to run the ARAM one, which we'll probably do another video like this. Maybe Soul will do it with like Ryachi and Kat instead of me and Ender, because I know that you're tired of hearing me talk about Nico. So look forward to that video as well. We might also post the games, depending on how they go. So like, comment, subscribe, put down in the comments why Nico is the best decision, and we'll see you in the next one.